Hello everyone and welcome to a series of lectures on business statistics. Your faculty is Dr. Suchitra Shrivastava, Professor in the SAGE group of institutions. Now, business statistics is offered in the first year of the BBA program. Today we will be talking about the measures of variation. Now, a measure of variation or variability or dispersion describes the spread or the scattering of the data points in relation to a measure of its central tendency. Now, the common measures of variation are range, quartile deviation, average deviation, standard deviation, and coefficient of variation. Let us now understand the purpose of a measure of variation. First is to study the spread of the data. So basically a measure of central tendency gives us one representative value and a measure of variation tells us how these values are spread out in the distribution. Second, to know the consistency of data. 3. To compare two or more data sets. 4. To support the average values. So basically it tells us or it gives us a clearer picture about the distribution. Next, to identify risk or uncertainty, especially when we are talking about the stock markets or about the investments related to. Now, continuing in the discussion, the next point is to understand the reliability. Now, a data set which has low variation is generally considered to be more reliable, more consistent, more homogeneous. Next, to detect unusual values. It helps us to identify values that are very different from the rest of the data. Next, to help in decision making. Now, it provides us useful information for planning, controlling, and comparing. Next, to measure the stability. Now, it shows whether the performance, production, incomes, marks of students, or prices are stable over time. Stable means there is less variability. The last is to improve statistical analysis. Now, it is used in further analysis such as standard deviation, correlation, regression, and quality control. Let us now talk about the characteristics of a good measure of variation. Now, a good measure of variation should be clearly defined. That is, it should have a definite and clear meaning. It should be easy to understand. That is, it should be simple for the users to understand and interpret. Next, it should be easy to calculate. Next, it should be based on all the observations in the data set. Next, it should not be highly affected by the extreme values of the distribution. Next, it should be stable and reliable. Next, should be suitable for comparison. That is, it should help in the comparison of variability between two or more data sets. Next, it should be capable of further algebraic treatment. Next, it should be sensitive to variation. That is, it should reflect the real differences in the spread of the data. And the last point is, it should help in decision making. That is, it should provide meaningful information for analysis, interpretation, and in the long run, it should be useful to the managers or the decision makers. So with this, I hope you have got a basic overview of the measure of variation and what are the functions of the measures of variation and what are the characteristics of a good measure of variation. We will be learning more about variation in our following lectures.